we can't say anything too graphic now.
Now we're on. We are live.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to tonight's Figment Collective excursion into D&D 5e's Spelljammer. We are so happy to have you around. We're going to go around and introduce ourselves, and everybody's got a few things to say. I will go ahead and begin. My name is Avery. I will be your GM and your pilot among the stars for this wonderful Spelljammer session. Mike, how about you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Awesome. Hi, I'm 3LC, Third Life Crisis, with the Figment Collective, and tonight I am going to be playing Xeno Skycolor, the Changeling Bard.
Sure that there's nothing mysterious going on there. Milo, want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, I am Milo. I am playing Silverdella. She is a celestial tiefling paladin.
Oh, celestial tiefling. My heart soars. Wonderful. Em, would you like to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hello, I am M, or Star Shard Stories. You can usually find me on Dag Show on Saturday mornings and Monday nights for Monster Hearts or Changeling the Lost. I will be playing Vega Bright Sails, our lovely astral elf rogue.
Dun, dun, dun.
She's totally not a pirate. It's fine.
Piracy is a point of view. And then Az, do you want to go ahead and give it a roll?
Hello, I'm Ez. I'm going to be playing Podget Lone, the tiny little autognome wizard, who's a real boy. Maybe.
Don't forget
I have a soul, it's fine.
Don't forget the shill.
Oh my
monster
god.
of the week. Just kidding.
Yes, that's right. I'm also the keeper, which for those of us who are playing Changeling, we're going to have to get used to that being used in different contexts. It's fine. I'm not going to steal anyone. Maybe. But we're playing Monster of the Week on Sundays at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time here on the Figment Collective, where you can normally find me. I'm also on Dinner and a Game every other Friday.
Wonderful. Now that we are all introduced, we are going to be doing something a little bit different, a little bit special during tonight's stream. There's a dear friend of the collective who has gone through some life-changing things. And Jonathan, all the love in the world to you in this difficult time. I know there's nothing that anyone can really say that really encapsulates. But we're going to be dropping the link to that GoFundMe in the chat. If you can, literally any amount. It's going to quite possibly the best cause I can think of. So with all of that being said, welcome, friends, viewers, to the world of Mundus. A small planet, mostly comprised of water, drifting its way about as the camera moves around in the orbit of this planet, this blue planet. As several shooting stars fall to the earth. And it is on this morning, when last night these stars fell, that each of our lovely compatriots, now new crewmates or old crewmates of the galleon, the Moon Dancer, found themselves over the course of this shore leave, all of them drinking at a wonderful pub/temple called the Hall of Valor. The temple to the hero, the drunken hero, Caden Kalian. It is over that bit of bonding and drinking where inquiry as to joining the crew occurred. And Captain Alarius Artel of the Moondancer happily accepted that she'll take you anywhere you want to go, but there's no free rides. And she may even take you beyond where you want to go. It's all up to you. So at this point, in the city of Hue, this huge metropolitan area, fishing boats and trading vessels share the harbor equally from far and wide across Mundus. Lately, everyone has been discussing the deluge of falling stars that have lit up the evening sky for the past several days. Some say these celestial events are omens of impending disaster. Others believe they're a precursor to the gods descending from the heavens to walk the land again. No one's truly sure. It's at this point where you're finishing your midday meal together at the Hall of Valor, where you're listening to a blacksmith from down the street talk about being awakened by a lightning crash. According to the smith, a crystalline vine burst out of the ground and punched a hole through the roof of his neighbor's bakery. He says, "It must be divine punishment for the bad pies and the steep prices, huh?" And a few of the gentlemen at his table chuckle. It's at this point where the camera pans off of this burly dwarvish blacksmith to you all. And I'm going to have Podget describe himself first.
Podget is halfway, like, sat up in the chair because they are maybe 5'3" or 3'5". Numbers are hard. Their body is made of this metallic substance, almost like bronze. There's patches all over that are silver. They're wearing a wide-brimmed hat that doesn't really sit right, seeing as how it slides around their head constantly. They're wearing this oversized tunic that they've belted around the waist. They're sitting up. They're dark, almost stone-like eyes, looking around the table at everyone, seeing as how they're the only one that's not hungover.
Fair. And Vega, would you care to describe yourself?
Vega has her head on the table at the moment because she is probably the most hungover out of everybody. She is 6'5". Very, very, like, brightly colored hair that will look like a galaxy, but more pastel-esque. It has, like, a shimmering hue to it. One intensely bright blue eye, one brightly violet eye. Very kind of pale-esque skin, but it has, like, glittering features to it. One assumes it's just spatial glitter, but no, she's just a shimmery, lovable being. And, normal clothing, but there's a lot of trinkets around her neck from, like, travel. And she jingles, because she has, like, a little belt that jingles, but other than that, she is sitting at a table with already her hair of the dog drink ready to go for the day.
Zeno, would you care to give it a rip?
Absolutely. Xeno, at the moment, they are in the guise of a very unassuming, nondescript human male person. So they're just like, they are projecting a woefully unforgettable, or they hope a woefully unforgettable and nondescript appearance. In reality, however, they are a very pale skin, dark eyes, short cropped white hair with some gray streaks in it. They have an outfit on that looks like somewhat dusty, little dusty from perhaps travels, but kept up as much as possible, of a navy blue traveling clothes and some boots, things appropriate for being on a ship. And they are just basically enjoying a drink, enjoying the company, and seeing where this trip will lead them.
And last, but never in even the slightest sense, least, Silver.
So, Silver has kind of this pastel-y, purplish skin instead of the typical dark colors of the tieflings. Her hair is white, little bit past the shoulders, which she currently has in a braid to keep it out of her face. Her eyes are black. Her horns, she has 4 of them. One set that's a little bit longer, one set's a little shorter. And those they're black with gold veins running through them and like little white spots that are almost like stars. And she has her tail tucked and wrapped around the leg of one chair. And she is currently wearing just normal soft browns and greens traveling clothes, though her breastplate armor is in the bag that she has next to her.
Very well. And our heroes are not alone at this table in the moment. There is a 5th sitting with you. The captain of the Astral Galleon, the Moon Dancer, Captain Alaria Sartell. She's a half-elven woman with curly ginger hair. Just barely the tips of her half-elvish ears stick out of the curls. She wears her absolutely iconic sort of like brown bandana over her head, a sort of bolero cut jacket with a loose fitting sleeveless top, her black leather fingerless gloves, her scimitar at her hip, her long knee-length boots that fold down slightly. As she sits with you, she says, "Really? Well, you lot certainly drank your fill, Podget excluded last night."
Too loud. Still too loud. Too loud.
"Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like me to quiet down, Baker?"
First of all, rude.
Do you need me to translate?
No, Podger, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
I can understand what she's saying. She's just being rude.
I am being rude.
Oh.
Well, I can tell you I don't like all this talk of falling stars. Especially if one falling nearby, it could cause significant structural damage.
Mm-hmm.
I think I ought to check on the Moon Dancer. I'd hate to have had one fall on the ship while you're in here making merry and whatnot.
I mean, what are the chances that that would happen?
The same that it would fall on a bakery, I imagine.
I mean, given the spread, well, not a non-chance.
Not a non-chance. That's why I like your mathematics skills.
Thank you. Do you need us to come with you, Captain?
Yeah,
If you like.
I was just about to offer up that sure, we'd be more than happy to have an extra set of eyes on the ship to just kind of take a look around.
Sure. And, shortly if those end this afternoon anyway. So maybe heading back a little early to take stock of everything wouldn't be such a horrible plan.
Excellent.
Grand tour for the new crewmates.
They're gonna set. Yep.
At that, suddenly the earth shakes violently beneath your feet. The chandeliers and the candles begin to sway. A few of the tables are upheaved, and you hear the dull roar of a distant eruption. The smith and several others scurry outside, and Captain Sartell looks up. Yeah, no, I think we should go. I definitely think we should go.
Yeah, that's not good. Let's just go. Put the mug down. Just get up. All right,
They're
let's
gonna.
go.
Yeah. So, Zeno is going by. Everybody knows them as Solare, the tragic, and they are gonna go rush and grab their meager belongings for getting to their stateroom and hustle on their way.
All right. As you join these people out in the street, you see a sinuous crystalline vine erupting from the ground a few blocks away.
Ooh.
Oh.
Tall enough to be seen above the rooftops of the shops. Screams of panic begin to arise from the same direction.
Oh dear.
I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before, and it doesn't look good.
Are we sure this come from the sky and not the ground?
And Captain Sartell looks over. I do think we'd be wise to return to the ship. I don't like the way this is going.
Let's be on our way.
All aboard?
The vine, is it the only one, or is there more? Like sprouting up.
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
First roll of the campaign.
Let's go.
Let's go.
How far away would you say this is?
Where's my lucky D20? Where are they at?
Probably about 3 blocks, 4 blocks.
So, okay, that's probably too far away.
To put it in perspective, these are the blocks of this city are like New York City blocks.
21 on my perception check.
21 is the number of the first roll of the campaign. Okay.
My lucky die that I stole from another gamer.
Perfect.
Rude.
I heard nothing.
With a 21, Zeno, as you scan the rooftops, you see 4 or 5 other vines growing up across the city, just from where you can see. Who knows how many there are across this giant metropolitan area.
I've seen enough to know where this is going, so I'm gonna head back to the ship.
Okay.
This is not.
So Zeno's heading back to the ship.
Yeah, that's looking dangerous. I mean, I'm assuming these vines and such are like conducting destruction.
Oh yeah, they're tearing up buildings as they come up.
I'm just gonna point out that there's more than one and be like, crap, we should get going.
Yeah, can I safely assume this is something she's never seen?
Yeah,
Give
is
me
this
a
something?
history check. Give me a history check, both of you.
Ooh, I'm crap at history. Vega's probably gonna do
Oh,
better.
are we all doing history?
Sure.
Holy,
Actually,
okay, not bad.
Oh no, I'm not doing that.
For you in particular, Silver,
Mm-hmm.
Insight.
Oh, insight. Got it.
16 for me.
I'm better at that one.
I
Nat 20.
I get no bonuses on this, so I'm lucky I rolled a 16.
16.
Yeah. Welcome 16
Okay.
crew. And the nat 20. Congrats. First nat 20 in the game.
Which means the dice roller is going to fuck me later, but it's fine.
I put that dice away. I'm mad at it.
A nat 20 from Vega. And a total of 3?
I rolled a 2 with a +1, so a total of 3.
Oh.
Are you're proficient? You're proficient in insight too, right?
No,
Oh, I thought you were. I thought
but
you were.
proficient it'd be a +6. It's a +1. I have deception, no, intimidation, and athletics as my proficiencies.
Wonderful. So for
Jesus.
for Podget, Silver, and Zeno, this is strange and very, very alien. Vega.
Whoop.
This pings a very certain part of your brain.
I've lost everything. I know.
Your father did not talk about
There it is.
his life before he met your mother a lot.
Mhm.
But one night, under the, I dare say, duress of some wine,
So drunk off his ass. Okay.
he made a mention of something like this. A story that not all elves that look like you are necessarily kind. That sometimes there are those who shoot crystal seeds down to planets before, and then he sort of lost his train of thought and babbled on drunkenly about something else.
Then take one last look at it and then start heading towards the ship. She has an idea what her dad was trying to say, but she can't confirm it.
Very well. So as you all turn to follow Captain Sartell, the ground churns again. More eruptions begin to burst through the streets around you. Chunks of buildings, debris, flying in every direction. From these sites sprout smaller crystalline vines that uproot themselves. Crystals begin to grow out of them in the shapes of arms and legs as they begin to lurch around the streets, driving the panicked citizens before them, while the enormous vine in the distance stretches taller and taller by the minute.
Should we be helping these people? I feel like we should be helping because they're getting killed.
Is there any that are coming to the ship, like making for the docks and the ports where these ships are?
There's a throng of sailors beginning to move back to their ships. Silver, as you say that, Captain Sartell looks back over her shoulder. I promise you, we can save them better when we're safely away.
Okay.
Is that the call, Captain?
I do believe that is the call, Project.
Yep.
I mean,
So,
has anything ever like this happened on this place before? Or is this brand new?
This, if it has, you've never heard about it.
Okay.
Many strange things happen in the city of UA. It is, after all, a technological marvel of Mundus. But nothing to your knowledge like this.
Okay.
so Silver will pull out her shield and draw her sword, and basically just, as we move back, she'll stand in front to make sure one of those crystal things don't walk up.
Sure. And as you are running, I'll say since you're actively looking for it, go ahead and give me a perception check, Silver.
All right. Uh, 17.
You see that these crystalline creatures, they don't actually seem to be harming anyone. They're more like they'll grab someone and toss them in a direction, but it seems that they are more moving people away from the area than actively seeking to harm anyone.
Got it.
Interesting.
And as you all run, it's a short run to the docks. It takes about 8 minutes. Captain Sartell has a certain distance that she likes people to be close to the ship on mornings where, harbor leave ends. However, the scene at the docks is chaotic, is the understated way of mentioning it. Hundreds of people are swarming the piers to push their way onto 3 of the vessels that have not yet set sail. You see 2 black wooden longships and the Astral galleon that you know to be the Moon Dancer. You see that there's a group of people in black leather armor that have sort of billy clubs that are pushing commoners back out of the way. See, and you hear one of them say, I'm sorry, there is no room on the ships. There's nothing that I can do for you, and if you come at me again, I'm going to have to hurt you. And this mother with 2 children, she says, we have to go. We have to get out of here. He says, I'm sorry, lass. I can't. You're not getting on this ship. And Captain Sartell stops, puts her hands on her hips, and looks around. It's a pity we can't get to the ship unless we go through them. They're gonna assume that we're just trying to jump on board one of theirs.
How far away am I from the ship?
For 40-ish feet? 50
I'm gonna move within 30 feet, and then I'm gonna do Starlight Step and get on the ship. I can teleport. I have Starlight Step. She's gonna yell from the top of the ship here in a second.
As you step forward, Cap Sartell says, "Oh well, I'm gonna owe you one for that." She's seen you do it before, and as in a shimmer, almost like when I can't say that. It's copyright infringement. When they would bring someone up to a ship in a very certain sci-fi franchise. That is
Sparkles.
Sparkles, starlight, and galaxy clouds. There we go.
a sparkly, wonderful visual light show as Vega goes stepping up. One of the thugs with the club says, "I'm gonna need you to get back," and then she just. What was that?
So go ahead.
Go for it.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say, I'll command the guy to let us through using the spell command.
Okay.
Wonderful. What is the save DC? What's the save DC?
Wisdom.
And the difficulty?
15.
Oh no.
Did they say?
Oh, this is wonderful. Okay. As you step up, Captain Sartell says, "Oh, Silver dear, be careful with that one. His name's Captain Travis. He's a bit of a prick." And you step up. Tell me, describe to me your command. Describe to me what exactly you're doing.
Oh, I was gonna step up because technically, as long as he's within a certain amount of feet of me, I just have to speak the command. But I do believe it's you have to make a motion too. So I'm probably it's just gonna be a hand up, and then just a move out of the way.
Okay. So as you step up, put your hand up, say move out of the way. This red-haired, rather large ship captain looks over to you. And then you say the command. And he looks at his men. "You are the lady, move aside." And they look at him and be like, "Cotton!" And he says, "Move aside." And at that point, you've now popped up to the ship, Vega.
Just sees that he's moving, and she's like, "Shit, there he goes." Okay, I was gonna be dramatic as shit. She's like has this look of like, like a pout, like.
Got that Errol Flynn going on.
She went. No, she's just getting all. Dad, what are you doing all the way down there? You're supposed to be up here.
Leggings.
So
Legs.
Captain Travis and his boys step aside at the command of Silver.
Well, there you go.
Go through.
And
We'll have
Captain Sartell just kind of moseys on through. And you guys feasibly, easily get aboard the Moon Dancer.
She'll turn to them and go, "Thank you, kind sirs," as she's walking away from them.
And Captain Sartell reaches back and grabs your hand and sort of pulls you up beside her, Silver, as she begins to briskly walk. She says, Let's not test our luck, dear. I'm very sure that one was here for me. So let's go. Let's
Okay.
get a very quick exit if we can."
Yep.
Cool. Well, I'm glad that
Hustle
worked,
and our
otherwise I was going to enthrall him.
I think we all had a similar idea.
Captain Sartell,
Vega up there.
her foot's about to hit the gangplank. And she looks back.
Hold on.
Could you do that again? If I asked you to.
Yes, I can.
Good. Two of you, board. Project, let everyone know that We need to be ready to set sail.
We'll get a hold of Applejack. On it, Cap.
Perfect. And Captain Sartell takes you by the hand again, Silver.
Mhm.
And walks back up. And she says, Captain Travis, those three are coming with me. She points to the mother and her two children. Says, Captain Sartell. It's been a long time. And you're not going anywhere. She says, well, we both know that's what you want. We also both know that's not a true statement. Those three are coming with me. And you'll have a chance to collect your Irish bounty another day. This is as another eruption happens and another building goes flying in debris. He says, fine. He looks to one of his men. Let them through.
Okay, cool. I had something planned just in case.
Plan was Misty Step, grab them and get back on the ship. It's fine.
I have Misty Step as well. I'm ready.
I was going to do an illusion.
We're just a teleporting gang. We love it.
Say it, I made D&D fig. It's okay.
In sparkle.
The woman and her two children are allowed to pass. And Ilaria crouches down to the kids. Says, alright. We're leaving. But there's no free rides on the Moondancer children. You're gonna need to earn your keep. That's alright. I have the perfect job for you. And she looks up to the mother. I assume you're alright with earning your keep? And this half-orc woman nods and kind of pulls her two human children close to her legs. She says, we can earn a keep. And Laurie says, well, time for the adventure of your lives then.
Oh boy.
And you see the little boy's eyes light up and go wide.
Shit.
As Captain Sartell turns, boards the Moondancer with the lot of you. Now, for Zeno and Silver, this is your first time properly aboard the ship. The Moondancer.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh,
No.
I just want a clarifying question real quick. Did you say you were 6'5"?
Mm-hmm.
You're taller. How fucking dare you?
How dare you?
Love it. Love
Make
it.
them Podget standing next to each other is a time. When they do
that was-
fishing trips, like,
I'm
Podget
5.
has to stand on the rail.
I'm 5.
Yeah.
I'm 5'4".
You're at a normal human hip level there, Podget.
Yep.
That was a
Yeah.
slow burn asking for the height question.
5'9".
That
Silver.
was a full 26-minute delay. I love it.
There was so much.
So, for those of you who have not set foot aboard the Moondancer before, this galleon is beautifully crafted. Every board of the deck has this intricately carved, lunar filigree.
Nice.
The rails are so finely oiled that your hands while they can still gain purchase when not gripping, glide along them like polished stone. The ropes of this, all of the ropes of this ship are actually silken ropes. There is no hemp rope. It is strong, and they are beautiful, deep blue silks with veins of silver running through them. The sails are huge. On this three-masted galleon, there are these huge white silk sails, like an opaque white silk, that have shimmers and silver pieces just dripping through them like the sky itself has dripped through the sail.
Nice.
Ooh.
Very cool.
And as you board, Captain Sartell takes a deep breath of the sea air. So, I love that smell. Alright. Get to positions, you scurvy dogs, and Flapjack. Take us up.
Up.
And she puts an arm around you, Silver. She says, oh, you're gonna love this. As the ship begins to list out of the harbor, there's no wind, mind you, at this moment.
Mm-hmm.
But the sails fill as if there were, and you begin to take speed through Shipbreaker Bay at a speed that is... Now, let me quantify that. The bay of the city of Hue is known as Shipbreaker's Bay. There are broken masts and jagged rocks jutting up at every angle. This bay has survived 1,000 naval battles and has never been properly cleared or scavenged, because that is precisely how dangerous this bay is. The speed at which you are taking it is... You're bordering on 6 knots.
Ooh.
You are moving
Mm.
fast.
Okay.
The water skims and cuts in sprays as you exit the bay. For those of you who've been on waterborne ships before, there is no reason to be going this fast inside of a bay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just watching all of them and like looking at Zeno. Don't lock your knees.
Is Silver close to something? Because I'm pretty sure she's just gonna like grab on. That's not a person.
Yeah, Captain Sartell has her arm around you, but you're right next to the rails on the edge of the ship. You latch on, and
The best part.
Just kidding.
It's squealing.
as you list quicker and quicker out of the bay, just breaking the mouth of Shipbreaker Bay, which is 2 cliffs that hang parallel to one another, that have these huge iron sculptures of ancient warriors long past, standing ready.
Mm.
As you break the edge, let me make sure I describe this properly.
First start to the right, straight on.
You also have to breathe.
As you break the edge of the bay, suddenly the galleon lists to the left. You almost go sideways. It creaks as it rises out of the water and into the air,
Zeno is lashing
foot by foot, as you begin to list upwards, curving back now in the air over top of the city.
We're wrapping our
Moon
tail
Dancer.
around that too.
The Moon Dancer takes to the air. The world is falling away beneath you. You are seeing things now from the eyes of the birds as you break through a flock of gulls that go flying in every direction, squawking.
I hate sea pigeons.
Beach chicken.
As you go. until you crest above the clouds and into the inky abyss for just a moment before you find yourself standing aboard the deck as it finally rights itself. And what you see before you is a beautiful amethyst and amber miasma of space.
Hmm.
The twinkling of distant stars. The world beneath you that two of you have called home your entire lives is just blue with dots of clouds. Seems so small from up here. Captain Sartell looks over to you with her arm around you, Silver. I told you I'd take you anywhere you wanted to go and further. I'm a lady of my word.
Up was definitely a word for what we did.
Alright.
Project, on a scale of 1 to 10, how well do you think they did?
As long as Xeno keeps breathing, I think we're good.
Okay.
I just fixed the railing. I just fixed the railing. There's
And
little sparks on their hands.
at that point, the first mate of the ship, a Hadozi, Taro, drops from the crow's nest, and he kind of drops right next to you, Vega, and wraps his arms around you. Oh, Vega, bright sails. I always love ascending into the stars with you.
I'm a little hungover, but it's a good time.
He kind of rubs your head as you all see the two of you who are terrestrials. You see a creature that you've heard of, probably have never seen one in person. As it floats up to the deck, this many tendrilled, kind of ephemeral creature with a large Commodore's hat with a red feather coming out of it, two little eye stalks with these little beady eyes on top and his wide, toothless mouth that is perpetually in a smile. As Flapjack floats out onto the deck, the Flump and the Spelljammer of the Astral Galleon Moon Dancer. As you hold your arms out for him, Vega, you hear the telepathic voice of the Flump in your head. Well, it's another good takeoff.
You did good, Flapjack. You did really good.
Thank you. You know, it just gets easier every time. And it's just, you know, I love it. And we've got new friends.
Yeah, we got new friends. You know what? Since you did really good, we should go get you a treat. You know what? Let's go bug the captain to go get you a treat.
Yes, I would like a fish.
You would like fish?
Yes.
Okay, fish.
I would
Okay.
very much like a fish.
Okay, so Padre and I will go fishing to get you a fish, okay?
Okay. Alright, good luck, little buddy. I would very much like a fish today.
Okay.
And one of his tentacles kind of like pats you on your hat, Padre.
I'm just gonna kind of slide over to Silver. So, what'd you think? It's pretty. Right? Good.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. How?
Flapjack.
Yeah, he controls the ship.
And you hear a telepathic voice in your head. Hello. My name is Flapjack.
Hi, I'm Silver. It's nice to meet you.
Oh, it's really nice to meet you. You're a new friend. Wow. Did you live down there like your whole life or something?
Yeah, actually.
Wow. That's so great. Now you get
Have
to
you
see the stars and stuff on the ship, and it's a great time.
lived on the ship your whole life?
No, not my whole
Oh,
life. There was a brief period where I was abducted by mind flayers, and it was not a great time. I'm gonna be real with you, it was very, very bad. They were like probing my mind, trying to figure out if I had a brain or not. And I definitely do have a brain, but I didn't want them to know that. But they were also reading my thoughts. But they escaped thanks to Captain Sartell. That's back when she was just a sailing lady. She wasn't even the captain. She found me on that Nautilus, and she was swinging her sword, and I was throwing magic missiles everywhere. We made a very daring escape. It was a really good time, except for, the torture and stuff.
It's a really good time, except for the torture. Love it.
I'm glad that you're having a good time now, and I'm very sorry to hear that it was a bad time before.
I'm glad that you're having a good time. It's great to have good times with good friends, and I think we're gonna be real good friends.
I'd like that.
Yeah, but you asked how. So here's how it works. This ship is called a Spelljamming vessel. And we go from place to place, because to have a spelljamming vessel, you have to make a spelljamming home. It's my little chair. I'll show it to you later. It's a real nice chair. But when I sit in it, I can control the ship with my mind.
That's
Impressive.
yeah. I don't think that's a good enough word to describe it.
Well, it's just a thing. Everybody's got their thing.
I think that's a good way to look at that, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, we're all just good friends, having good times, and doing things together.
And
Yeah.
Flapjack's eyes turns to you, Xeno, before his body just rotates.
What's your name, little buddy?
Oh. You may call me Solari the Tragic.
Oh, I don't think you're tragic. I think you're just great.
It's an unfortunate moniker, but it comes with the stories and different performances that I've done. I'm not necessarily tragic myself. I talk about sad and wondrous stories.
Yeah, but, sometimes sad stuff makes people happy. And that's a nice thing to do.
Mm-hmm. It's all in the name of sharing and helping others understand where we've come from. Wonderful ship. Wonderful ship, by the way. Just absolutely amazing.
Captain Sartell, she called me Flapjack because my head's kind of shaped like a flapjack.
I can see it. Although, lovely hat, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I won it in a game of cards against a GIF.
Against... Oh, dear. Okay. Well, good for you.
You ever met a GIF before?
I can't say that I have. No. I've heard of
them. They're these big hippo guys. Mm-hmm. I really like them. I think they're pretty cool.
I'm sure they are.
Oh, you definitely need one. We don't have one on the ship right now, but I assure you, if Captain Sartell made a gift that she really liked, we did.
Okay.
She'll be on the ship tomorrow. She's a collector, that Captain Sartell. She finds people that she likes, and next thing you know, even if you didn't want to be here,
You're gonna be.
Sounds familiar some way, somehow. But anyway, I look forward to hopefully a calm and understanding journey. See how things go. But this is, like I mentioned, just an amazing piece of ship here. It just I'd love to, if when we have time, I'd love a tour.
And Captain Sortel nods. Says, we'll get to the tours and all that in a very short amount of time, but I do think it fares bearing to welcome you to wild space. That's what we call these pockets of things around prime material planes. Although I do think it's curious, I've seen a lot of prime planes. Was it ever posited by philosophers on your planet that it was square and not round? I'm just curious. I know you're technically a Type 1 planet. Sorry, I should probably describe that. There are 3 types of prime material planes. Type 1s, like yours, haven't quite thought about venturing out yet, about what lays beyond. Type 2s have thought about it, but haven't quite mastered the technology needed to do so. Type 3s, like where I come from, have done their thing. They've made their voyages into the stars. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, this pocket of, I think you call your planet Mundus, right? So we can stop calling this wild space. This is Mundus space now. I'll have that amended on maps when we get to someone who can do that. Have you thought about venturing out? Have people on your planet begun to wonder if it's possible, or?
That's
I think
very good question.
some people have, but
I'm unfortunately not up on where we're at with the advancements of the civilization of where we're from. It's not something I've paid a significant amount of attention to. I mean, I never thought of us as square.
I did notice that there are still many different societies on your world that you haven't quite unified into a singular cosmopolitan society yet.
Yeah, far from that.
That tends to happen sometimes. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it does, in a way, promote technological advancement from time to time. For good or for ill. But, and as she looks over the rail back down to the planet, you all see a school of space fish swim around the ship.
It is time to go fishing. We promised Blackjack a fish.
Breaking out the gear.
I'm gonna need both of you to roll me a survival check.
Bet.
As you two run for the fishing rods. And with the 2 of you terrestrials standing right there. Looking down, you see that it wasn't just in QA.
That's okay, thank you. I was actually going to ask as we were ascending.
You see from this vantage point There are several vines in other parts of the world that have grown above the clouds. You can see them from up here. Whatever is happening is not a small...
Not isolated.
No.
I blame Tilquin, but that's okay.
Rude.
What?
Okay.
What's happening down there?
Yeah,
What is that?
Do they have any idea of what's going on? Because that obviously has not happened, or Xeno/Solari is not aware of anything.
I will answer that question in a moment once I know what the roles were for...
Podget, once again tried to loop the fish hook onto the rod and had a malfunction and melted the hook again.
I got it. I got a 16. So she's gonna, lasso that fish in line and just yeet.
Okay, roll me a d10.
Okay.
Who? Me or Podget?
M. Vega, sorry.
You broke up a little bit.
8?
8? Okay.
Okay. You toss the line out.
Big lady fishing.
Take a moment before you're fairly certain you've got a bite, and you pull back and you begin to wind in the tackle. You pull in a small edible fish.
Nice.
Could probably feed up to about 4 people if souped properly.
Where's Flapjack? Flapjack! Where you at?
Flapjack comes floating over.
Ta-da!
You gotta tour me. I love these things. Look at the pretty little scales. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Can I eat him?
Yes, it's your treat. You can eat him.
Yeah, baby. Wraps his tentacles around him, tosses it up in the air, and it tries... Because these things do swim through the air, it tries to swim away and falls right into Flapjack's mouth. That's so good. Oh my god, I had to eat sea fish like twice while we were on that planet, and that tastes so salty. Why are they so salty for?
Because we were in an actual ocean, Flapjack.
Yeah, no, but I don't like how that's salt. It's bad for my blood pressure.
I was gonna say, how do space fish taste?
You wanna know how the space fish taste?
I genuinely do, yeah.
Podget, I think now we're just gonna walk away because you know how Flapjack gets.
I need help.
I'm gonna untangle Podget. I'm untangling
Oh
Podget.
crap! Did you roll a 1? Oh,
I did.
Shit, I'm sorry. I didn't catch that. I'm sorry.
We're definitely gonna eat some spice fish before I thought just the rules, so just take it easy, have fish for dinner, at lunch, and probably breakfast. You haven't lived until you've had spice fish roll on top of a toast in the morning.
Space fish on toast. Okay, I can get down with this.
Alright, I gotta get back to my fancy chair. Get rid of the flag. Speaking of, where are you going, Captain? And Captain Sartell turns at that point. But before that, you two were asking questions, Captain Sartell.
What? Yeah, what happened down there? What's happening down there?
Blast if I know, darling. But it was a close thing down there. I don't know what they are. I don't know how to get rid of them. She turns and she looks at Flapjack. But if this place means something to the two of you,
Yeah, it does.
I'd be... It's not... We finished the charter, we were on our way. We were just having some shore leave when we ran into the lot of you. I do know somewhere we can go where there might be someone with answers. If you want, I don't usually do heroics. I usually do jobs for money. But by the looks of it, if we don't do something, you're not gonna have a home to return to.
Neither will that lady and her kids.
And she looks at all three of them are latched on to the rails, just looking out in absolute wonderment.
Solari is going to step over and just kind of do a quick bow. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name earlier. To the half-orc woman.
She looks... Edera.
Eder?
Edera.
Edera.
My name is Edera.
Edera. Pleasure to meet you. And who are these two lovely children over here?
And they both look absolutely engrossed in the stars, and she kind of waits for them to introduce themselves for a moment before she just smiles and shakes her head.
I figured.
This is Idane. She kind of pats the little girl's head. And this is Aster.
Pleasure to meet both of them. I hope we have a safe journey for you, and I'm sorry that we're meeting under such circumstances, though.
I'm sorry. I don't much know what to say. I'm still at a loss for words. I thought you were just going to sail to Rockfort or maybe the Summer Isles. And Captain Sartell kind of nods. She says, I am sorry for the deception, love, but you and your two beaming babes are alive. And that's what matters. And I don't give my word lightly. But the place I come from doesn't exist anymore. I'll be damned if I stand by and let that happen to you and your babes. She nods. Edera nods. Thank you. I think I just need some time to adjust. Captain Sartell looks over to Flapjack. Spelljammer, would you care to escort our guests below deck so they can have some privacy?
Yeah, no problem. Come in, little kids. Come in, man. We're gonna go downstairs. Let's go find you guys a nice, cozy cabin to curl up in. Call you home for a little while.
And the kids turn and look at Flapjack, and their eyes go wide, and Idane says, Are you made of bubblegum?
No.
Flapjack's smile like curls up at the edges. Says,
I can be made of bubblegum if you want. Just don't bite me.
The four of them head below deck.
Is
together.
Vega like literally looking like, whoa?
No, she finally got Podget free from being entangled by the fishing line.
Yes, Solari will wander over to there next and be like, "You all right there? You had a little fight with the fishing line."
Just system glitch. It's fine. It happens.
A glitch. Yeah, okay. Well, as long as you're all right, safe. Do we have any more fish we can try for, or the opportunity passed us
Yeah.
by?
There's
Yeah, you can
this
try.
fish is still
Okay.
moving around. And Captain Sartell kind of raises her voice across the deck. Flapjack! Before you get too far, set course for the Rock of Brawl.
Rock of Braille.
And then they descend beneath the deck. Podget and Vega, you both of you know the Rock of Brawl. It's on the edge of a nearby wild space system. Whatever planet was once there is no longer, and the Rock of Brawl was one of the many shards of the planet that previously was.
Oh, I see. So it got Alderaan.
It is a port that is ruled over by Prince Andrew. It is a loose confederation of sailors and that populate the majority of the city.
Okay.
It's a common stopping point for the Moon Dancer. You guys get a lot of jobs out of there.
Yeah. Vega's just gonna give a look to the captain like she needs to have a word in private later.
She looks over. Anything you have to say, darling. We're all crew now. You know the rules. Anything that can be said in front of everyone.
He'll point at the planet. Pop mentioned that once.
Oh, that doesn't bode well.
Mm-hmm. And she'll point to herself in general and just be like, apparently something that, the not pleasant.
Sure.
Safe to assume, but Dad was drunk off his ass.
Well, how about this? We get to the rock. We see if we can figure out more than it being some sort of astral elvish weapon. And move from there.
Yeah.
She turns and looks at you, Silver. I'm sorry that this is happening to your home, both of you. But we're gonna find a way to make this right. Even if it's not aboard my ship, I can get you in contact with the right people.
Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. And it's at this point that, for the two of you that haven't been on the Moon Dancer, the majority of the crew begins to move above deck and take their positions. It's about 50 sailors begin to start running the rigging and all of that. But there was a mention of fishing.
Yes.
So who is going fishing?
Xeno's overhearing this whole conversation, but they were going to give the fishing a shot.
Silver will try if she notices.
You want to go?
Sure. Well, just let me know what I need to roll.
It is a survival check.
Survival check. Got it. Okay.
Project gonna help Silver.
Bodget's going to be helping Solare get out of the same line.
Yeah, I got
Oh my god.
6
So
this time. So
I got a 19.
perfect.
Okay. Both of you, I need a D10 roll.
Something caught and whipped the fishing line right around
Sure.
Xeno, and they
Is that what happened?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh.
Xeno got whipped with line. There we go.
Oh my.
You said a D10?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I got a 10.
Okay.
I got
Oh
a 2.
boy.
I've doomed us.
So Podget, you throw your line out. You've done this many, many times aboard the Moon Dancer. You feel a bite, reel it back in, and see on the end of your hook a little, probably 3-ounce fish, maybe.
Oh, good job, Podget!
It is bright green,
Aww.
and you know this to be this is called a spiker. It's basically like a blowfish, but the entirety of it is inedible. Like, it would actually make an organic being sick.
Oof.
Alright. You gotta release it.
So, if you catch one of these, you throw it overboard. But don't go overboard with it.
Oh,
If you go overboard with it, though, let me know because I
That you
get you
caught?
How do we let you know?
So,
You okay?
like,
No, I'm not.
Okay,
pull out.
I got it.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold
I'm
on.
gonna try.
You know what, Podget,
Let
you
me
go
try.
handle what is going on with our lovely...
the big lady's coming to help me. Oh, shit.
You'll be fine.
Your not brother is
Actually-
You're taller. How
How
fucking,
fucking dare you?
All right.
Perfect.
Our wonderful bard is all wrapped up.
I am like a Christmas turkey.
We're cutting him out of the line. We're cutting him out
What
of the
was
line.
the 10?
That is what I'm looking for right now. Give me one moment.
You probably caught a sea tuna or something like that. I don't know.
Whoa.
A space tuna.
I did pretty good on this roll.
Yeah.
Whole thing's
Space tuna.
Space whale. Ah!
Space whale. Space shark. Oh, there we go. You hook a space shark, there's our first combat on deck. No, I'm just kidding.
So it's just like, I don't know what this is. Why is it so big?
Put it back.
I have to reel it in first.
No.
Cut the line.
There it is. Okay. So, you begin to pull in. Throw out your line first.
Yep.
You throw the line out. And it takes a minute. I
Okay.
don't feel anything on.
Oh dear. Every time I hear it takes a minute.
And then you feel the line in the tackle begins to list out very quickly.
Uh-oh.
Like,
Yup.
smoke starts rolling out of the
Oh,
tackle.
shit.
And the Hidozi Taro steps up beside you. And he puts a hand on your shoulder beside you. He says,
Oh man, I love it when the green ones get one of these. All right, here we go. And he stands behind you and wraps his arms around your waist and grips the pole, and he's like, "All right, I'll hold
Bringing
it.
it in.
You reel." And he looks back over his shoulder. He says,
Yep.
"Vega, my darling, grab
Yes?
the spears if you don't mind."
Oh shit!
Okay, time. Let's go.
Am I free? Am I free?
Yeah, you're free.
You've been untied.
Yep.
I need a what do I want to D20 plus your strength bonus.
Oh shit.
I'm going overboard.
No.
Okay, Podget will save you.
Seriously?
14.
Okay, good.
Teen.
Podget's
I was gonna
there for it.
kick somebody's butt.
So you go back and forth. It seems that the two of you are evenly matched in strength as
Oh,
you reel,
Damn.
and it pulls against you. And Taro's like reached around. He's like, I'm sorry. What's your name?
Silver.
Silver.
Nice to meet you.
Real harder. Real harder. You're not gonna snap the line, I swear. And so I'm gonna need another D20 plus your strength.
Okay. Alright. 20 not natural.
Damn. Cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
As you
17
reel,
plus 3.
Nice.
taking Taro's advice, you're cranking, and he's holding the rod kind of like firm to your chest as you're reeling in, and you are now gaining ground on this thing. You're
I
pulling
don't
it
know
in,
what it is.
and Taro says, "All right, okay." And this is right as Vega is bringing up some like harpoon-looking spears. And a few of the crewmates come over and they start grabbing them. One of them's grabbed by this kind of like
Xeno will
inky blue plasmoid, like
over and
his
say-
arms
Yeah.
come out. And one of the other crewmates, about a 9-foot tall Thrycreen,
Oof.
grabs 4 of them,
Ooh.
one in each arm.
Nice.
Hey.
And then 2 humans come up and they grab 2. A spear is provided for each of you.
Yeah, Podget hands
Xeno will take one.
Solaris.
Spear's bigger than I am. Okay.
And Tara looks over at each of you and says, all right, you scurvy tongues, get ready, because it's about to breach and you're going to need to throw.
Okay.
Just hold on to the line. Just keep cranking the line. If we get it to breach and you can pull it in during the breach, that's the best.
Alright.
I'm going to need another athletics check from you.
Okay.
Oh, athletics?
Or, no, D20 plus your strength bonus.
I was like, that's better for me.
There you go.
I don't believe you have proficiency.
I do have proficiency with athletics.
Do you have proficiency with fishing tools?
Oh, I don't have proficiency with any tools. I'm a paladin.
Alright. So it's going to be a
You're such
D20
a
plus your
tool.
strength bonus. No, that's
All right.
amazing.
15.
15.
That's still not bad.
No, it's not. It's not
bad.
great, but it's not bad.
It's not bad.
So you feel the line slack for a minute, for just a second, before what you see list in an arc, like when fish breach the surface, is a 6-foot-long shark-like creature.
Oh, crap.
Except it does not have
normal eyes, it has an eye stalk which extends from its forehead, and there is a lit white eye in the end of the eye stalk that shines like a headlamp. And it is this sort of dark steel slate gray along its 6-foot body. Those of you who have been out in the astral sea before, you know this to be a gray scabbard. And you also know that they travel in packs.
Oh.
Oh boy.
And Taro says, "All right, throw, you bastards!"
Yeet.
Yeet.
Everyone throwing a spear. I need a thrown attack roll with a mundane spear.
Okay. Ranged attack. Something I'm good at. Thank goodness.
I'm reeling.
Yes, and with your 15, you're managing to hold him at the distance. It is not getting more distance by breaching.
Okay.
How you doing there, Solaris?
Use a different dice.
I did. Grand total of 8.
Oh, my dude.
Seriously, I got a +6 to throw.
Oh boy.
God damn.
So an 8, what did you get, Paja?
17.
Her? Vega?
19.
Okay. So the two of you hit. Since it is on the line for sneak attack, you will get sneak attack dice. Go ahead and give me some damage.
Alright. Spear is a D6, right?
D8.
D8. $14.
Okay.
Eight.
Wonderful. So as a volley of spears is thrown, 2 of them miss. One from our wonderful bard, another from one of the Thrycreen throws. But he also gets the advantage of having 4 arms and throwing 2 spears at once, and then reloading his hands from his bottom arms. So a volley of spears goes out. The majority of them connect with the body of this gray scabber. It's luminescent opaline blood flowing out into space. As now at the end of the line, it is slack and floating. And you reel it in, and as soon as it gets close to the gravity plane of the ship,
Super happy to be reeling in a dead fish. I love it.
this
Okay.
easily 200-pound gray scabber hits the deck.
Damn.
Oh, we got dinner for a while.
It's edible?
Yeah, a gray scabber feeds up to 20 people.
Damn.
You all shall feast.
Yes. Right.
And Taro lets go of the rod, says,
It's like Skir's back on
You're-
the menu, boys.
"You know, I've heard on several terrestrial planes we've been on that silver's good luck." And he just kind of pats the top of your head and hands you a knife. He says, "The eye's a delicacy. You might want to get to it before one of the boys does."
Oh, absolutely.
Vega,
Gonna do that.
All right.
Get my eyes. I've got my eye on this one.
And as you all
Don't look at me like that.
and the
Looking down at you.
the ship's chef, which the term is killick.
Kill it.
As the killick of the mess, steps finally out onto the ship. A rather portly looking halfling with just absolutely wildly light fuchsia pink curly hair in an afro that's twice the size of his body.
Pink.
Steps
Did
out
you say
onto the
pink?
deck.
Pink
Yeah.
curly? Cool. I was thinking if it was red, it could be related to Scarlet. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow! Ain't been on the ship more than 15 minutes and you're already bringing in scabbers. Oh, I like ya. I like ya. And he pulls the meat, which he has to use two-handed, the meat cleaver off of his belt that weighs about 10 pounds. He says, all right, assistant. And emerging from the double doors behind him, crouched down, having to come out of below the deck on all fours because this door is not built for him, is a massive 10-foot tall ogre.
Nice.
Oh,
Grabs the cleaver.
But
The
huge
ogre's
people on the
name
ship.
you all know to be Bubble.
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 And he says, all right, Bubble. About your work. Draw it, quarter it, prepare it for feasting, I believe, tonight. We're to have Scaver on Crete. Does that sound nice, Bubble? And Bubble goes, yeah, sounds pretty good, boss. And he just drags the gray scabbard beneath deck.
Lovely.
And Mikillik and his assistant head below deck to
I
turn
love
this
them.
gray scabber into gray scabber on Crute.
Got it. That's great.
And several of the other hands return to fishing. And leaves you all and Captain Sartell roughly unabated. Captain Sartell steps up and says, all right. Vega, you're to take your normal position. Don't think anything's changed, eh? Podget, if you wouldn't mind assisting our master Spelljammer. The other two of you, what are you good at? I'd rather not have you swabbing decks if I can avoid it. I've got enough deck hands that stand around with their deck in their hands.
Well,
You ever run rigging before?
haven't,
What?
but I can. Oh, wait, are you talking to Silver or Xeno?
I just
She's
missed
kinda
what was
looking at
said.
both of you. She asked if you'd ever run rigging before.
Xeno Solari shakes his head. No, but I can learn.
No.
Right. If you're to learn, Aero. And you see the plasmoid drips down from one of the rigging into a perfect
Beautiful.
sphere and then rekindles himself in a humanoid shape. This is Aero. He's our rigging master.
I
Pay attention. Try not to think about the spaces that he can squeeze into to do his knots, though it'll just hurt your brain.
fair.
There's a reason that we have a plasmoid around our ring, and we have the tightest rigging on the Astral Sea, I imagine.
I believe it.
Stick close to Arrow, and he'll teach you what he knows.
Arrow.
Okay.
Arrow.
E-R-U. Arrow.
Oh.
Eru. Got it.
And as you're discussing this, I need a perception check from everyone. As Vega, I imagine you're retaking your position in the nest.
Yeah. Her favorite spot.
11.
13.
You're
muted as.
16.
Dirty 20.
All right. You all notice at first the ship begins to slow. And around the curve of Mundus below you, you see something moving. This thing looks like a giant moth with wings of iridescent crystal.
Oh.
Okay.
Similar in color and luster to the crystalline vines ravaging the world below. You can just make out figures. Now apparent that this is not a moth, but a ship. Figures standing on the deck of the ship, scrambling to arm the ship's mangonel. Which, if you don't know what a mangonel is, it's a ship-based catapult.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Captain Sartell looks over. She looks up to the crow's nest. She kind of gives you a nod. She says, Astral elves. They don't look friendly. Alright, look, best ready yourselves for scrap.
Okie dokie.
Are you getting out your spyglass up there, Vega?
Yeah, there's probably one stationed up there, so she'll get it out, get a closer look.
You can see that there is a name emblazed on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
It is called the Dark Star.
That doesn't sound good. Cool name, but doesn't sound good.
Yeah. Using Thieves' Cant, I'll have her, if her form of Thieves' Cant is sign language, she'll sign it down below.
Taro gives a nod, looks over at Captain Sartell, and walks up and whispers in her ear. She says, "Oh, lovely. That's great. Well, we can... For now, we'll wait. Don't want to take off, don't want to get in pursuit, especially if we plan on landing at the rock. There's no reason for them to follow us there. We wait out, we see what they are. Well, they are arming the mangonel way." And she leans over to you, Podget. Mathematically, Podget, what do you think the chances are that we're going to have to deal with this now?
25.
25. Don't like that number.
Oh, that they won't attack.
Oh!
Oh dear. She says, well, they're in a star moth. It's a faster ship than ours. Outrunning them is really not going to be an option. At their distance, and she looks up. What you think up there, Crow? About a minute before they're within firing range.
Less than that.
Oh, shit.
Right. And she looks over to you again, Silver. You still got enough juice in the tank to use that fancy little bit you used before?
Yes, I do.
Perfect. Well, And she stops. Curious. They've sent a message. They are demanding our surrender.
Oh dear.
What?
Free.
And Taro signs up to you. They said the no sentence.
Vega just signs back a bunch of expletives.
So Silver is gonna start donning her armor. She's gonna
Logic
start putting
goes
her
to
armor
tell
on.
Jack.
Logic would know one of the sign languages, the middle finger.
Yeah.
The universal.
Says, "Oh right. So for the two of you, do you know how to aim and pull a trigger?"
Mm-hmm.
Good. We're gonna turn port side and descend about 50 feet or so. And you're gonna man the balustrade on their deck.
I see.
Okay.
And she looks up to the crew. Alright, battle stations, boys.
Okay. I see we've gotten an
And-
upgrade from rigging to weapons.
And Arrow looks to the two of you. And you both hear telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
Now, those shares, there ain't nothing for you to worry about. I'll take you to your battle stations and we're gonna solve this thing right quick.
Okay.
And he turns into a plasmoid ball and begins to roll down the stairs.
Nice.
Follow.
Yep.
And as the two of you head below deck,
Do the TikTok
where
work.
four people man them with you, 2 to reload,
Mhm.
1 to pull back, and you to fire, as you're escorted to your 2 port side balustrade. Where we'll end the session.
Oh, boy.
Podget entering the spell jamming room. And Flapjack says,
Well, you ready for another fight? My little friend.
It's been about
9 days.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, that last job, you know, they really should have just left us alone. Everything would have been fine. We wouldn't have to blow their shit up if they would have just left us alone.
Fair enough.
We're given by the captain, and then
All they had to do was hand over like half their shit and we could have just let them go.
is fair. That is 50 and 50. We split it down the middle. It's all good.
And now that shit, what was it called? Like the hazy sunrise or something?
The hazy sunrise.
I don't remember as we blew a hole inside.
Yeah, we blew that shit right up. Okay. Alright, well, I don't think I need anything right now, but I'll let you know if I need help with a little bit of the navigation stuff. If you want to man orally, and we can sort of orient ourselves and see if there's any nice terrain for us to move around out here. I think I saw an asteroid out there.
We could use it for cover.
Cover from
I'll get
the
the map.
asteroid. Okay.
Oh no!
Oh,
and
dear.
as Podget makes turn,
Oh, no.
Captain Sartell
Never tell the
And-
odds.
Captain Sartell and Taro both climb up into the crow's nest.
Vega looks pissed, and she's like still citing expletives at the moment.
I'm just picturing you're still holding your spyglass and you're like,
And Taro says,
I know they can fucking see me.
Taro says, with Vega sort of positioned in between Taro and Sartell, Taro says, well, they should have just entered long range with their Magano. So if they're gonna make a move, it's probably now.
I'm watching. Are they going for it?
Yeah, you see they're getting ready to click it.
Knew it.
They're about to click.
And Sartell looks over. Says, so you know how there's a little bit of a bendy rule when it comes to saying what needs to be said around the crew?
Mm-hmm.
At least when I'm involved. I do recognize that ship. We are going to need to go to the rock to get some help if they are behind us. It's the Xaryxian Empire.
Do I know anything about this?
We'll find out next session on in this wonderful game of The Light of Xaryxis, a Spelljammer 5e story. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight.
We did
thank
it.
you guys for checking the link that we dropped in the chat.
Yes.
You guys are amazing. Please consider giving that link a look and contributing what you can.
Absolutely.
With that, we love you all so much. Thank you for being here. And I get to say it for the first time. Do the hearts and make them dance. And welcome to the Figment Collective. Have yourself a good one.
Welcome to the
There you
collective.
go.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good morning,
Good night,
evening.
everyone. Good evening, good morning, wherever you happen to watch this.
Woo! One of my hearts is all janky. There we go.
There you go.
Okay, we got the janky hearts.